Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Stacking Perpetrator here. In this video, we're going to do some album fills in the Dansko Liberty Head quarter album, otherwise known as the Barber Quarters. I'm going to set that aside. I got a good any of them here that's one or two just under a $10 roll, and I got a whole bunch of them here. They are the lower grades. These were out of that big tub that I talk about and went through. These are the quarters. I've done all the half dollars and dimes for you, and some of these are extras. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video, get the album set up, get the coins situated to make it go faster, and I'll show you the ones I'm putting in the book, and then I'll talk to you a little bit about why I bought extras of the or duplicate dates. I'll explain that when I was going through that tub. This is my handy dandy chicken scratch notebook. Got my Barber has, my quarters, my dimes. These are all the dates I need. I have this coded out for key coins, semi-key coins. All of these are ones I needed. If I drew a line through it, that means I now have it, because I went through and did all this. After I got these coins, I went through and marked up, so I keep my book up to date. Even though I've done it this way, I still have it coded out, so that, and I'll bring the book, I'll show you back the book. Ones that I already have, I still leave. I don't like start a new page with everything. I leave this because when I'm sitting down with these, I don't want somebody else who might be there understanding what I'm doing, or I'm just I have a certain code in here so that when I'm searching, even though I may have a coin, if it's a better date and it's one I already have, I know that by my notes here, even though I may have some of them crossed out. If I run across those coins again, I will pull those out, because they are better dates. They are worth more than just junk bin pricing or low grade. They actually have some value to them. The 14 Barber hat, for instance, even in low grade, it's anywhere from a $75 to a $120 coin, even in the very low condition. So like I said, I have this marked out so I know which ones I need, but then which ones are semi-key and key dates, even if I already have it. So let me pause the video. I'll get this laid out, and then I'll bring you back with and we'll do the fills, and I'll show you the semi-key coins, or better date coins that I got. So give me a second and we'll be right back. And we're back. I went through and weeded out some of the extras. These aren't as important. They are slightly better than they're not like semi keys or really good better dates, but they are, if you're at the bottom of the pile, they're up just a little bit, so these would command a couple extra dollars over something else, and that's kind of what I look for to put in my tubes. I don't buy any Barber stuff unless it's dated and mint mark, or dated and where the mint mark is, whether it be a Philly, with no mint mark, or the DDS, the O. That area has to be either the mint mark showing, if it's the O or the S, or clear enough to identify that it is definitely a Philly. If it doesn't meet that minimum standard, I don't buy them. I have bought a couple to scope out, and because they looked one way, but when I scoped it out, it turned out not to be the case. But anyway, let's start with the first page here. I've got a couple upgrades. I'll leave them up here. The first one is going to be the 1994, and this is the O. what I'm going to do, this is going to be an upgrade, and it's going to be the very last slot here. So this is the coin that's being replaced. And the 94, there's nothing really special about the 94 as far as being a better date, so this is just an upgraded coin. We're going to go on. I already know this 94S is going to be an upgrade. You can see she's slicked out on the back and highly worn on the obverse. So let me make sure I'm in the right. Yep, 1894. Where is a much better coin. You can see the mint mark there just below the arrows, just above the D and dollar. So that is a nice upgrade for that slot. And then next up is going to be the 1895 Philly. And she's low grade condition. And if you're new to collecting, so I try to state in a couple of videos, just because you're dealing, with low grade coins like this one or this one here, there's nothing wrong with doing an album with low grade coins like this, as long as you can verify the date and the mint mark. When I got this was a awesome find because it actually filled the slot. Now in another junk bin, I found a better coin. So, and then I found this 95. So we'll put her where she goes. I'm not trying to. I prioritize. This is not a priority for me to have high grade coins. I stack the Barbers anyways. I buy them when I see them in the junk bin. The whole Barber series, quarters, dimes, half dollars. And I figure if I'm stacking them anyways, this is a 95. This is gonna be the 95S. She is highly toned out. But the mint mark is right there above the D and below the feathers. I don't know if I can get a good shot. There she is. But there is nothing wrong with doing a low grade collection. I mean, you don't even have to, like, I'm putting it in the album. You see me putting it in a nice Dansko album. Just because I have a nice album, or, one of the better albums, you can get the flip folders. You can get a cheaper, go with the Whitmans. You can get a Whitman, you can get flip folders. Or you can just separate a couple of tubes, set them aside, and, maybe label them that this is your date mint mark set that you're working on. So you don't even have to do an album, but keep that set separate from what you're doing for your regular constitutional junk silver, however you want to call it, from your stack. Keep that separate. Maybe mark another tube, because I'll get to something here on another page. Let's go ahead and get these in. This is a 97. This is going to be a replacement. Keep you a tube for your, set aside a tube or two to, it's the 97 Philly. So this is going to be, an upgrade. Let's slide that slider back. show you. Like I said, all of these, all but one of these, have been junk bin finds. Let me do a side-by-side comparison here. This is the one I just took out. This is the one going back in on the left. Much better coin. So, 97 Philly. Nothing special about it either. The 96.0 is a better date. 96S. I was looking in the book here. The 96S is one of the key coins. There was only 188,039 minted. So, and that's a good thing too about having where you get the semi-key and the key dates and the better dates is from the just your regular red book. I don't go by the pricing. The pricing over here is a guide, but you can tell when if you're going the G4 section, you get down, you see a coin $700. Well, you look over and you can understand why with the 188,000 mintage. And so that tells you that's one of the key dates. But what I talk about with a better date or a semi-key date is if you look just above for the 96, what is it? The 96S is one of the keys. But if you go up a little bit to the New Orleans, the 96O, you can see there was 1.4, almost 1.5 million. But in the G4 column, it's 55. The only thing I use on the pricing in this is when I'm going down and I see a jump from the normal $10, $12 range, and then I see a jump to a coin that's 55. I know that's a better date. That one's a little harder to find. And, you know, then you get down to the 97S, which is 500,000 mintage. But you see in the G4 column, that just tells you it's a, I use this to speed down instead of looking at all the mintages. I scroll down the price, and when I see these jumps, I stop. 755. I come down, here's a 125, there's a 40. So the 97O and 97S are, well, the 97O is going to be a better date, but your 97S is going to be even stronger. That's going to be a semi-key. And then you notice you drop back down to it. So I use this column to speed up hunting down what my better date and semi-key dates are. So where are we at? We got the 97 in the replacement, and we got one last coin. This is going to be a spot fill. This should be the 99O. And you can see the O right there, just under the tail feather. And did I push that? I wound up pushing that in. Give me just a second to reopen that. All right. The 99O. Fit her in. And then I'm gonna have to speed this up so this won't be too long of a video. I got a stack here. I may pause it again in a few minutes, but here's a 1900. It is the O. That is one dang it, I had these pages pulled. Oh. It's moving the book around so much. Alright. What do I do with that? Is that it? Yep. 99O. We'll fit that in. 1900. Now this was another O. And I chose the other one because this one has a little too many scratches. I may switch this back into there. I forgot I did buy some duplicates. The 99.0, not so much on a... It's better than its 1900 Philly. The 1900 is, you know, $1 or $2 more than what the Philly counterpart is. Now the 1900S, that is a slightly better date because it only had a 708,000 mintage. So moving on, we're jumping down to 04. And this looks like the New Orleans, the O. So this page is done. The 01s are... the 01O is not too bad. It's a better date, but the 01S is technically one of the top keys. There was only 72,000 minted. This is probably going to be a coin that I will just have to pass on unless I happen to find one, get extraordinarily lucky and find one, because just the price in the red book here is $4,250 for a G4. So even in rough shape, you know, you're going to be talking, you know, you get down to like a O2 condition, or what they call that. What do you got? Poor, and then fair too. You're still going to be talking $1,000 for that coin. So I'm probably going to pass on that. And then I did it again. I blocked slid the slide in. Hang on a second. Okay. So the 04, let me make sure. Oh, it's coming up. So the 040, go ahead and get her in place. Now the 040 is a better, slightly better date. Just under 2.5 million, but it's still considered a better date. So if I would have found more of the O's, I would have bought them and put those separate from my regular stack, because it is a slightly better, well, a little bit better date. Like, it's a little harder to find. So any of the 04s, let's see, 04, no, just the 040, just the 040. That's the one. The 04 is just a kind of really common. The 040 is the better date. I was looking at the 05s. Now, all three of the 05s, doesn't matter which mint. The 050 is the better of the three. You're still better date on the 05. And this is what sometimes doesn't make sense, because the 05, considered a better date, is 4,967,523. The O, which is slightly valued higher, is only a 1,230,000, but it's only slightly harder to find than, or valued higher than the 05 with a higher mintage. And then your 05S is at a 1,884,000. So the 05 and the 05S are valued about the same as a better date, but the 050 is only slightly pricier. So while we're doing the 050, I have it laid out here. I actually found, and I'll probably do this later because the video is getting long, I found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the 05 Phillies. And like I said, they are a better date as far as price wise. They are the better, one of the better. So if I'm going to put these in my stack, I would much rather have better dates in the stack. So I got all the ones I could find of those. Next up, this one I'm going to have to scope this one. This is a 05. Okay, now this is an 050 here. But because it is considered a better date, it is worn. I'm not gonna, you'll just have to, I don't know if I can get the magnifier to pick up on it. It is an O, and the 05 is barely visible. You really have to look at it. But you can see the 05. So that was another, because it was a better date, is why I picked it up, even though I already have one in the album. And that's why I say, when you're looking through your junk bins, don't overlook some of these. Even though they're low grade, you can find some coins that you could potentially sell and make some money on, and then add more to your stack. This is the 06. This should be the 060 for this page. So she's going right in her rightful slot, and then this should be the 070. 07. The 070. It's got a nick in the center, but it's the only one I've got for right now, so it will go in the album until I find a better one. And then we're on the last page. This should be a 090. So I've already pre-sorted. Let me double check this. Nope. Nope, this is the 09S, which is going to be, 09S is going to be an upgrade. That's why I try to show it to you on camera, but sometimes I have to forget what I got. I have to look at it. Here's an 11. This is the O, or the D, I'm sorry, the D. It's the 11D, so that's going to be a fill spot. But did I have more? Now the 11D, I did pick up multiples. See how many I got. Yeah, I got 2. I got 2 of them, and that's because they are, the D is only 933,600, so it makes it a better date as well. So I will pick the better one here. Like I said, I'll keep, when I find the better dates, I keep them separate from my regular tubes. Sometimes I card them up just so I know, so they won't get mistaken for something else. This is a 12. It should be the 12S. You can see that there. Sorry, this is taking so long. 12S. That completes that. We're done there. The 090, I think, is not going to be too bad to find the 090. It is a 712,000 minted, so it might be a little tough. The 08S. The 08S, 784,000. But these two shouldn't be too bad to find. And then where are we at? We got a couple more here. The 13S is another one of the key dates with only 40,000. So unless I get really lucky, this is a 14. And it's the 14S. I need that. The cool thing about this one is that it was a junk bin find. And it is a better date at only 264,000 minted. So this was a very good find. I keep pushing the pages in and I had them separated. Alright. So this was a very nice find. You look, I'll bring you back to the red book real quick. The 14S right there, 264,000 minted, but like doing the scroll down, you can see where the 13S is only 40,000, but the 14S 264,000, so that makes it a better date. You might call it a semi-key date. So that was a very good find. And I don't know, did I get a, yeah, I got two 15s here. Now the 15S is a 704,000, so making it a slightly better date also. I don't know if I can get these. There's one mint mark. There's the other one. I will pick the better coin. The first one, let's see, this one's got a scratch on the obverse, the other one's got a scratch on the reverse. I will take that one. Fill that in. And then I will take this other, I will put this with the other better date coins I have and separate them out. That's why I bought extras of them. Because somebody looking to fill, you know, even with a 704,000 mintage, if somebody needs a spot filler until they find a better one, then they would pay a little extra to have this one and everything. But these kind of coins are found, you can find them in the junk bin. You know, they're not high dollar coins by any stretch. But still, if you find the better dates, I would rather stack up better dates and have better dates piled up that I found out of the junk bin than slicked out barbers or even some of the common dates. So anyways, we made pretty good progress in the book. There's a couple. The 13S is going to be a struggle. These two shouldn't be too bad. The 08S and the 090. The 01S is 72,000 minted. And see, this is what boggles my mind. The 01S had 72,664 minted, but it's valued more than the 13S with only 40,000 minted. So, you know, it makes you wonder why this one, like the 01S, is looked at as a higher value key when actually the key would be the 13S or one of these, the 97S. Nope. So the mintage key is the 13S. The money coin is the 01S. So, but we're knocking this down. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm down to 8 coins to finish the series, and like I said, there's probably 2 or 3 that I probably will not purchase for a long time unless I happen to find a very good deal on them, because I'm not trying to make this a high value set. But anyway, the videos ran long enough. We will see you on the next one.